So I thought I'd take this lettuce here out to the gazebo. The greenhouse is in the gazebo. It's getting a little leggy, so it should go outside now. If you've been following along, you know that I got this banana tree and this orange tree just recently, and these need some sun, so I'm going to take them on out to the greenhouse for the day too. There's some of our seedlings outside for the day. I'll put those in here when I get back. Chickens want out of their tractor. So here we are. So in here we got our flowers, like I said before, some cabbages, and the greenhouse. Take a look inside of there. I ended up moving my red romaine lettuce out here in this 4-pack here. Still got the Bib Butterhead lettuce there. It was in one of my stories on Instagram. Follow me there at Maplewood Chickens to get more farm updates like that. Over here we got our chives, like I said. Down here some tomatoes. All the way on the bottom, just some petunias there, lots of different stuff in there. Oh, we did get some rhubarb this year, so we'll try growing that. So today we ended up planting 2 cabbages in the DIY raised bed garden. You'll have to check that video out. The cabbages we did fertilize with some worm castings from our new worm bin that is doing super good actually. Like there's 1,000+ worms in there, maybe close to 2,000, 3,000 now, and they're eating up the food scraps that we put in there real fast, so they're doing a good job. You have to go check out those videos, but hopefully the worm castings will help the cabbages grow good. So that's a handy use for worm castings. Guys, so exciting news with the strawberries, everbearing strawberries. I have one blooming right there. So I don't know if it will develop into a strawberry because I don't know if it'll be able to get pollinated, because I don't think there's any other everbearing strawberries flowering just quite yet. So hopefully they'll start flowering soon so we can get the ones that will be blooming pollinated. There's not as many plants down here. Most of the everbearing strawberry plants are through here. And then this patch right here, oh, we already do have, oh wow. So you look at, here's some blooming. So there are some June bearing ones blooming too. Although this part of the patch right here won't produce, because we're gonna have that tilled out, but the June bearing ones from there to there we will keep and let those produce. Otherwise can't have all of these. They're taking over our garden. Pretty soon the whole garden will be one big strawberry patch if we don't till them out. So if you guys follow the channel, if you followed it for a little bit, may know that I don't free range my chickens. I keep them in this tractor most of the time. I do let them out to be super free ranging sometimes around or at night right before they go in their coop. I'll let them out for a little while just to have supervised free ranging. And the reason today's video is about why I don't free range my chickens, and one reason is because we live in town, so we can't do that. They'd be going off of our property, maybe in the road several times, and that just wouldn't be a good idea. So in the rest of the episode, I'm going to talk about how to rotational graze with chickens and why it's different than with other livestock. over there is the garden, as you can see, and right here is where we just, this area right here in front of my hand is where we just rotational grazed the chickens a few days ago after we got them out of the garden. They brought their tractor through the garden. Link to that video in the little iCard. It'll pop up how I use my chickens to prepare my garden. You can watch that, that's interesting. But we just pulled them out of here. This pasture is recovering nice already. And then as you come down here, you can see there's some chicken poop. Hasn't quite gone into the ground. This is where the more worn out area is where they've been grazing. All the way through here and to where they are currently. So we work them through the yard like that, and the garden too. Now there is a slight exception to the free ranging rule, and that's Henrietta right there. She free ranges when we're at home during the summer, not during the winter, or well, during the winter when there's lots of snow on the ground, but not during the late fall or early spring when there's not enough grass. She will still run off, but during the summer, we let her free range. She kind of maintains the property a little bit, I guess, and leaves chicken poop on the lawn, which fertilizes it, so that's good. And she doesn't go as far as the barred rocks, so that is a small exception to not letting our chickens free range. One big reason I also don't let my chickens free range is because of dogs. And dogs, some just get out and they will get your chickens. Some the neighbors have. If they ever came in our yard, they would go after our chickens. And any wandering dog would probably try to attack our chickens. I've seen multiple dogs being walked on leashes past our house, and they like lunged at our chickens. So when they saw them in the yard. So that's one of the big reasons I also don't free range my chickens, is dogs and other predators. So beware of dogs, especially if you live in town or have a neighbor that has a dog or dogs. Want to shut her down, Blackie?